Stafford. Oh, this is Dan Stafford, your host of Midwestern Geek in Cali. I'm testing YouTube Live, and I'm kind of interested to see how this is going to turn out. I'm not sure how well it's going to play with my camera. Looks like it's working okay. Doesn't really seem to be picking up light levels as well as recording with Loom does. It's driving the camera a little bit differently. Obviously, I'm hoping the audio is coming through. It looks like it might be. There's a little bit of a volume meter down at the bottom. I'm not really sure it's picking up as well as I would like. Well, anyway, that said, I've spent most of the evening working on a website issue for a friend of mine. He's got a rather large news website and had a database corruption on the server and some issues with the server not allowing backups to process. So that was kind of fun. Looks like we've been able to recover the site, and I'm running backups on it now. The issue that was preventing backups from running has been fixed, it looks like, but the backups are taking a long time because it is a very large site. Lots of posts and photographs, tons. We're talking multiple gigs. This is way bigger than most of the other sites in terms of sheer storage and number of posts compared to most sites that I deal with in WordPress. So there is a lot to do. And in school, I'm in full-time IT school this year. I'm taking Information Technology Systems Administrator is the overall course name. It's at California Technical Academy here in Temecula, California. And I've made it through the PC Pro and CompTIA A+ certifications. I got those about a week and a half ago. And now I'm in the Windows 10 operating system in depth, learning things like Active Directory and PowerShell and Hyper-V and all those type of things. And then once I get that down, I'll be going into servers, Windows Server operating system. That comes after this round. So that'll be through the rest of this year, and it's fun. I spent most of the day learning about PowerShell, and that's an interesting. It's actually a programming language or scripting language, which is basically programming language, scripting language, same difference in a roundabout way. And it reminds me very much of programming in BASIC, not Visual Basic, mind you, but actual BASIC back in, like, say, 1982. Yeah, I took a programming class on BASIC one semester way back then. You wouldn't even want to know what that computer was like that I was working on then. 16 whole K of RAM, 16K kilobytes of RAM. And mass storage was audio cassette. If you can only imagine trying to load a program that is saved on audio cassette. Now, those were 90-minute cassette tapes, okay? And if your program was loaded at 43 minutes into the A side of that cassette tape, guess how long it took to load the program? 43 minutes. Yeah. Go have a sandwich, a peanut butter sandwich, as my friend Art Paul Schlosser would say up in Madison, Wisconsin. Yeah, go have a peanut butter sandwich and come back and maybe go have another one by the time that program finally got loaded. Anyway, old news, really old news. But yeah, school's going good. I'm very happy with that. I'm hoping to hear some good news on the employment front part-time this week. Cross your fingers, knock on wood. You probably saw that little short video I did on the cigar box guitar my dad made for me. Wow, I am kind of blown away, and I'm spending a little bit of time. I didn't get to this evening because of the website issue and because I wanted to record a show for you guys. But to me with a slide and cord for the amp and pretty much everything I could need in order to play that guitar. So I've been busting it out about a half an hour a night, other than tonight, getting a nice little callus on my thumb and a couple of my fingers here, which is about what a guitar player should be having. Because I was slacking off on my 6-string. I've got a Mexican built Fender Stratocaster in the other room, and I just had put it down because there's been so much going on. But you know what? I've been wanting one of these little 3-string cigar box guitars for 4 or 5 years because I just love those old blues. And so it's a little easier to deal with than the 6-string too. Not so much chords, a slider, and more finger picking and less strings half the strings to worry about. So it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Other than that, life's going fairly well. I've got a lot on my plate, but things are overall good. I'm happy. The weather's great. Temecula is beautiful. Love to all my family out there. If any of you get to see this, all my friends, the listeners, whoever you may be, thank you for stopping in and checking out my channel. I don't really have much geek to say right now, but coming up, I have in mind to do a show. I think I might have mentioned this before, on terrestrial radio versus online radio, and like what are the best ways to really do an online radio channel. What's the trend with terrestrial radio now? Because it really seems to me like it's gone down with all the alternatives out there, satellite, for instance. But I think terrestrial radio still has a place. So it's time to see how it does. Interesting. Looks like the video here might have stopped. So, okay. Maybe it's just catching up with itself. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to be working on for another show. Not a lot on tech news. I've been seeing way too much political stuff cross my my feed and all my incoming sources, and I just don't really want to dive into that right now. It'll be soon enough. It'll be all up in our faces, so I just don't want to go there. Enough. So anyway, thank you all for listening. Happy Vulcan fingers to you from the agent of 42 who is tired and needs to go catch some nap. And as I think I'm going to make one of my new blessings, may there never be a rogue wave in your coffee mug. Talk to you next time. The not yet button. One last thing. You can find us online at www.midwesterngeekandcali.com, and this will be episode number 52. And yes, we're also in Facebook discussion groups, have a page on Facebook, and we're on Twitter at MidwestGeek Cali. So thanks again for listening. Night.